Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
That's right, Taylor 500 help. Taylor Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, and also don't forget Bradford White Water Heater. You know, Taylor Heating and Plumbing, they've been around since 1947. So anything you need for your house. All summer, Taylor made sure that we were nice and cool here in the We the People Podcast Network studios because they came and installed air conditioning. And it works really well. And they can do the same for you. If you need duct cleaning, air conditioning, heating, plumbing, home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans, of course, Taylor 500 Help can do all of that for you. And call Taylor now for their Plumbing Safety Essentials Plus plan. You can save $100 on a Bradford White Water Heater and get free diagnostic fees and no overtime charges on emergency repairs with an additional 15% discount. That's Taylor 500 Help. If you want your lawn to look the best anywhere in the city, Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster, open weekdays 8 to 5, Saturday 9 to noon. Precision Lawn and Garden has been providing Rochester and the surrounding areas professional sales, service, and parts since 1969. So if you want the big lawnmower, if you want a little lawnmower, if you want something on sale, if you want something to take down a tree, Precision Lawn and Garden, Justin and Kimberly can help you. They have snow blowers and blowers and chainsaws and lawn mowers. They have new models and on sale models that can help you out. Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster. And Express Sealers, because you want your driveway to look great, right? You don't want it all cracked and falling apart. It's just embarrassing in the neighborhood. So you want to call the guys at Express Sealers. They're not a fly-by-night company. They're not one of those door knocker sealing companies. They protect your investment. They power trim the edges. They treat grease spots, and they do it well. Call Express Sealers before winter sets in. Get that driveway sealed. Call today, 645-2010. That's 645-2010. They go all over the surrounding area, east side, west side, even over to where Tom lives in Gates or Chili or whatever it is. It's Express Sealers.
It's a Monday.
Hi. No, it's not.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
Live from the We the People podcast studios in 77 degrees sunny Irondequoit, New York.
Nice.
She raises her voice, not so that she can shout, but so that the truth can be heard.
Woohoo!
Here's Kimberly Ray.
You can't handle the truth. Isn't that what they say? You can't handle, where is it?
I can't handle the truth. I can't handle anything.
What?
You can't handle the truth.
There we go.
Thanks, Jack.
You can't handle the truth.
You're going to be a baby daddy grandpa.
I'm going to be a grandpa.
You're going to be a grandpa. It's baby day. Is it baby day?
It's either today or tomorrow, probably.
Just Tom is going to have
I'm really nervous.
a grandbaby. You're like a girl granddad, right?
Aw,
You're
I'm gonna cry.
You're a girl granddad.
My baby's going to have a baby.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. So what do we know so far? We're on Baby Watch.
We're on Baby Watch
2021 with just Tom.
She's over at Highland, and they have the monitor on, and we'll see where it goes.
No, do they monitor the contractions? That's the worst.
I don't even think she started that yet. It's more of making sure everybody's safe at this point.
Because you look over and you go, oh shit, the contractions are coming.
They do come.
Brace yourself, here it comes. Yeah.
I wouldn't know what that feeling is like.
It hurts. Let me just tell you, it hurts.
Love you, Danielle. Hang in there, kid.
Are they listening to us?
Probably.
Live?
Sure.
That's awesome because that
Sure
baby's
they are.
gonna be way smart if she's listening to us.
Right.
I mean, thank God for us. The
We'll
baby.
go with that.
We'll indoctrinate the baby before she even comes into the world.
So, Kimberly, the first word that this baby's going to hear is going to come from you.
That's scary. That is certainly scary. Congratulations, though, Grandpa.
Grandpa, yeah.
How's that make you feel?
Very, very happy and very proud.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are we all set for the baby? Have we got everything we could possibly need?
Yes. I mean, I still
baby?
want world peace, you know, but this is a close second.
Keep on hoping. Keep on hoping. Mimi says, don't be scared, Tom. You'll be great.
Oh, it's not about that.
Of course you'll be great. And are you going to get to babysit all of the time?
I hope. I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you raised 2 great kids, so this is like nothing. Now you get to babysit a kid and give it back. It's the best ever.
Right.
You know, it's fantastic. So what are they going to name the baby? Do we know the baby girl?
Her name is Sophia.
Sophia.
Yes.
All right. Very good.
I don't know the middle name. Lori or Danielle, if you're listening, can you text the middle name or put it up there?
I saw you were in the hot tub with your
We
son-in-law.
did. Yes. We had a little party last night.
Yeah. A little party in the hot tub.
Yeah. It
No.
was movie night.
Okay. Your daughter and your wife have to be so patient with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I am just Tom.
So we're excited about the baby. The baby's a coming, but we don't know if it's today or if it's going to be overnight or
Well, we're waiting to find out if they're going to let her go or not today to go back home.
to go back home.
Yes.
To false contractions.
Yes.
They happen. Patty Ann says being a grandparent is the best. Absolutely. I'm a dog grandparent, and I got to babysit the doggy over the weekend because my daughter and her boyfriend went to Syracuse to the fair, and I got to babysit my new little pit bull grandson.
I did. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, he's a good dog. Jason says Grandpa Morgan.
That's it. That's me.
Boy, Grandpa.
I guess I just got the text she's going to stay. So
she's staying.
So we'll see how long that's going to
So
take.
are you going to be grandma and grandpa, or what are you going to be?
I'm going to be whatever happens.
So whatever they tell you, you're going to be called. Is it like
whatever
Sophia
Sophia calls me is what it is.
Okay, all right. Well, she calls you Tom. Just Tom.
Just Tom.
Just Tom. We want to say hi to Austin. Austin is here with us in the
Hello,
studio
Austin.
today, and of course, Austin, as always, and there he is. There he is. It is the We the People Podcast Network Studios, brought to you by, of course, all of our sponsors: Express Sealers, Precision Lawn and Garden, Taylor, 500 Help, and of course, Fantuzo's Acupuncture. Please support our advertisers because they support us here at the We the People Podcast Network. We're under the umbrella of Revere Realty, and I have to tell you, I've got this new build, and I'm hoping that someone is interested in this new build. It's Greece Schools. It's Greece Town. It's Hilton Schools, and so we've got the roof on it. We've got it framed. I mean, we're going to town. So if you know someone that wants a ranch new build, still time to pick all the colors, let us know here at Revere Realty. And if you need to buy a home or if you need to sell your house, we can do it here.
Sure can.
At Revere Realty. So Tom's an appraiser. I'm a real estate agent. Patty is one of our other real estate agents. So you can reach out to us here at Revere Realty. We thank Fitz at Rockvox Productions for making all this happen. If you want to do a podcast, check out Fitz Rockvox Productions. That's ROCVOX Productions. And they are in Bushnell's Basin. I know my shirt says, all right.
All right.
Who knows what movie that's from?
All right.
Austin said, all right. Yeah. So someone said, where'd you get your t-shirt? I just ordered it online. All right. Only because I like the movie Dazed and Confused. I think it's one of the best movies ever. Have you seen Dazed and Confused?
I've seen bits and pieces of it probably.
You knew what the shirt was from the movie,
Yes,
right?
I did.
Yeah. I mean, I like Matthew McConaughey. He's you've seen Dazed and Confused, Austin, right?
No, I've never even heard of it.
What? He's so full of crap. He is so full of crap. But I also like all right, the phrase. And I like Matthew McConaughey when he's in the one movie where he's a
Mr. Mike or Magic Mike.
No,
The Wolf of Wall Street.
I thought you would like him in Magic Mike.
I liked him there too. Someone says, I think she should call you Papa. Oh, you got Team Girl. The baby's coming. Team Girl. Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about today?
So we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. One, the 53rd homicide of the year.
Wow.
And counting.
Is that close to a record?
I think we went over the record.
Really?
Oh, I think, well, I don't know. You know what? I gave up counting the dead people. Honestly, I can't even, but we're at 53 homicides. And I always say if you're going to wait till the last minute to do something, do it upright, do it big, make sure it's something that's going to be completely screwed up.
What the hell?
Why is the Rochester School District short 100 bus drivers? Is this like something that's going on nationwide where there's just no bus drivers?
COVID.
Come on now.
Don't they blame COVID for everything?
So the question is, why is the Rochester City School District short on 100 bus drivers? And why, in the world, did they wait till a week before school to start bringing up the fact that, hey, we don't have enough bus drivers to get all the kiddos to school? No worries. They can just hoof it. And believe me, some of those parents need to get out and walk their kids 1.5 miles to school, 1.5 miles. So there is a thing now that the Rochester City School District has determined that there are a couple of school districts where if you live, there are a couple of schools within the district where if you're in that, area where the school is, your kids have to walk to school. And it could be up to 1.5 miles. And it's like school number 17. It's the Abraham Lincoln School, and it's another school. But I just want to point out to you that the schools are not in the best area of town.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Right? How is it that the district doesn't know 4 days in advance how they're going to get the kiddos to school? I have no idea how that works out. But I will tell you that the schools that the kids are going to are kind of scary. One is school number 17. It's at the intersection of Campbell and Orchard, 1 block over from J Street.
Mm-hmm.
That is in possibly the worst area in the city.
Nah.
That's probably why they can't find bus drivers, because who wants to drive through that part of town?
With so many shootings and so many murders.
I don't want to.
I know,
I
right?
don't want to drive a
Austin?
bus through that.
I don't want to drive a bus through that.
It's like a war zone.
It is. You brought up something interesting about the homicides and the kids walking to school. They shouldn't have to worry, right?
Right. I mean, I figure at some point they're just going to run out of people like killing each other.
Gang members.
Right.
We have 53 homicides. How many gang members can be out there living somewhere?
Yeah. How many are left? Right.
I have no idea. I mean, there's a new person dead every day, right? Within this 2 mile radius of the city. The other school is the Abraham Lincoln School, and it's right at the corner of North and Upper Falls Boulevard.
Well, they can walk to the McDonald's.
Check out Monroe County Firewire and see what kind of shenanigans goes on in that intersection. The McDonald's is right there. There's always some kind of ruckus going on in that North Street, Upper Falls Boulevard area. There's always some kind of an issue. How is it that we didn't look at this problem, say, okay, there's going to be
6 months ago.
There's going to be a problem. I don't know. Maybe in June when school got out, they could say, okay, let's do a head count. How many bus drivers do? Maybe just it's me thinking, which is scary. But how come you didn't do a count in June and say, okay, how many of y'all are back? How many are coming back to drive?
Mm-hmm.
How many aren't? You start from there, baby steps. And then you go, okay, so we got to count. So we're going to be short anywhere from 75 to 100 bus drivers. Okay, let's start figuring out now in July. Okay, well, you got to take the holiday July 4th. No one wants to work, Tom, on July 4th, right? Okay, so after July 4th, why don't we just figure out the solution to the problem and get it done by August 1st? So by August 1st, we don't have a situation where kids are going to have to walk through a war zone to get to school. And mind you, again, I don't mind the fact that kids are walking to school because that's how it was always done when we were growing up, right?
Right.
If you lived within a certain mile radius of the elementary school or the high school, you hoofed it, or the middle school. You were walking.
Kimberly, I remember back in the day.
Here we go.
When I walked to school 2 miles in the snow uphill both ways.
What's the murder rate in Buckner?
in Bruckner, Missouri.
Thanks, Soleil. You're making fun of my hometown. That's not nice.
What?
Austin.
I'm sorry.
Right. The murder rate in Buckner. Well,
I do have an update on Danielle.
Yeah.
the vending machine food's terrible.
Okay, well, good. Okay, mom's even wanting to eat. That's crazy.
I don't know. She's looking for food. Anybody near Highland Hospital? We're looking for an Uber
food.
Eats.
584 students who go to school number 10, school number 17, and school number 22 are impacted because there's not enough bus drivers. So those kids in that area will be hoofing it to school if you live within a 1.5 mile radius. That's 1.5
That's
miles.
crazy. I mean, with the budget the city school district has for busing, can't we just Uber these kids? I mean, wouldn't it be cheaper than to pay for buses and bus drivers and just get them all an Uber ride?
How about get their? I understand it's a bad area to walk in, but parents need to figure it out, right?
Sure.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a situation that shouldn't have gotten to the point. And I think here's what really pissed some of the parents off. The fact that urban suburban kids and the kids going to charter schools all get rides.
Right.
But those babies that go to elementary schools that have to walk down Campbell and Orchard or maybe cross over J Street to get to school number 17, no worries there. That's not a problem.
Maybe they just didn't want the kids to come back to school. And they don't have the buses because they don't really want them to come to school so that they can do in-home learning again.
Kathy had said on some of the notes there, Austin, if you can, there we go. The superintendent and the assistant took vacation the week before school started. I guess the buses weren't their concern. So are you telling me, Kathy, that they all went on vacation last week? Barbara says, I spoke to a city teacher on Sunday and she said the teachers have been wanting community schooling forever. Oh, okay. So that the kids that actually live in the neighborhood of the schools are actually the ones that are going to
so
the
this
school.
is to get rid of school choice.
Ginny says Little Venice right down the street from Highland. Great pizza and subs, Tom. Mike C says there must be some domestic goddess SJW housewives who would volunteer to carpool these kids.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Find some of those housewives that live on Campbell and Orchard to carpool the kids. That's frightening.
It's called Housewives of Lyle Avenue.
How is it that they could possibly
Screw up?
be this irresponsible? And I'm talking about the leaders of the Rochester City School District. How could they be that lackadaisical, that irresponsible to figure out a bus plan before, say, I don't know, 3 days before freaking school starts? How is that possible?
This is an organization that's been mismanaged for 50 years. I don't think it makes any surprise to anybody.
Okay, then you know what? Then enough's enough. Get something in there that they can say enough. We're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to have it. We have to find someone who can properly manage this school district.
Just give every kid $200,000 and tell them they're on their own.
Oh, wow.
Just forget school.
Wow.
Just close the damn district.
200,000.
Give them all 200,000 in cash and tell them, they don't need school. Go live life the way you want it.
I guess I just don't
go buy
understand.
some Apple stock.
Because if someone tells me, hey, Kimberly, we've got to get this planned and organized by such and such a date. If I don't have things planned and organized in a regular world situation, right, where people expect you to follow through on plans for whatever, big job you've got coming up, if you don't get it done, what happens in real world? In real world, you get fired. In real world, they bring in other people who can get the job done if you cannot get that job done. If you say 4 days before school starts, man, you know what? We got 584 kids that aren't going to find a bus. We don't have a situation for them. We have no possible, and now we're going to have emergency meetings on Sunday and Monday to try to fix what you should have fixed in July. You should have fixed the busing problem in July. And then I can't imagine, some of the parents that actually care and went to one of the meetings when they heard that the charter school kids and the urban suburban kids, they had rides. But the babies have to walk in a war zone to school. It's disgusting. I mean, it really is a mismanagement and irresponsibility at the highest level, all the way to the top. And I don't know. my daughter went to Hilton High School. And when she didn't want to ride the bus, I was doing mornings then. My kid had to ride the bus. But
I walked every day. Perfect attendance.
really?
I did.
Shocking.
0.7 of a mile.
You're one of those kids that always
Perfect attendance.
Always follow the rules.
I did. Yes.
All right. So now they're thinking, hey, we have to teach the kids to walk in groups. We have to teach them how to call 911 to be aware of their surroundings and don't take shortcuts, including the alleys. So we have to teach our kids street smarts because the Rochester City School District didn't plan properly. We have to teach our kids to avoid trouble in the streets or gunfights because whoever's planning things at the top of the Rochester City School District can't be counted on to get their job done. Isn't that sad?
It is.
Hey, kiddo, don't walk down the alley because, you could get shot in random gunfire of the drug dealers in those open air drug markets that are on the streets of Jay and Lyle and down the street on Orchard Street. Open air drug markets. People just standing out there selling drugs. No big deal. It's just like North Clinton. I'm shocked every time I drive down North Clinton Avenue. And that's the way you have to get from like one point of the city. If you want to get to the other side of the city, you have to drive down North Clinton, right? Drive down North Clinton. Start at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning.
I do it all the time.
And see what happens. I mean, you've seen the people standing out. It's incredible.
Urban life.
Hey, guess what? There's trouble coming.
Guess what?
There's trouble coming. Is that a cigar?
It smells like a horse barn. What the hell is this thing?
So why are you sticking it underneath your nose if it
You're
smells like horse barn?
I think you're supposed to do this.
Are you? Even if it smells like
smells like a horse stall.
One of my favorite shows before we get to what's ending today, or I think it ended yesterday actually, and that was the unemployment.
Right.
One of my favorite actors, and he's been in a couple of my all-time favorite shows.
Matthew McConaughey?
His name is Michael K. Williams. Do you know who he is?
Michael K. Williams. Yes.
He's 54 years old. He died at his apartment in New York City of a heroin overdose. This guy was Omar in The Wire, which I think was like, it was a series. There's like 6 seasons of The Wire, maybe 7.
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
I'm not exactly. How many have you?
I haven't seen it, but I thought there was like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 at least. So he plays Omar. He's a drug dealer, and it's based. His character in The Wire is based on a real drug dealer in Baltimore at the time. And so what his whole deal was, he would steal from other drug dealers and take their money or their drugs. And he always carried a sawed-off shotgun with him. He was exceptional in The Wire, but you've never seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, yes, but not the whole thing.
Once you start The Wire, and you can watch it on demand. I don't know, whatever streaming service you have or whatever. But The Wire, my husband got me into it, and he said, "Hey, why don't we watch this?" And then all of a sudden, I was hooked. I mean, it was, and he's fantastic. I think he got an Emmy nomination for his role as Omar in The Wire. But it's about drugs on the streets of Baltimore. The whole series is fantastic. And he also played one of my favorite characters on HBO. He played Chalky White in Boardwalk Empire.
I did not see that.
Steve Buscemi was in Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
Boardwalk Empire, if you get a chance, I'm just giving you ideas for, when you're babysitting and you're sitting there in the rocking chair, Grandpa,
right, and
you're feeding baby Sophia, you can watch Boardwalk Empire or The Wire. And I think there's
you have to watch Barney.
Yeah,
is Barney still a thing?
They don't even realize what's going on around them until they're about 6 or 7 months old.
What happened to those Teletubbies? Are they still around?
Oh my God, are Teletubbies still around, Austin?
Yes, I watch it all the time.
Did you? Chloe watched the Teletubbies.
Yeah, they were big.
Teletubbies,
10 years ago,
Barney,
20 years ago.
What else? Blue's Clues, Drake and Josh, but that was like when she was older. Yeah, Drake and Josh.
Rugrats.
Rugrats. Oh my God, I love Rugrats. Angelica was always my favorite, but
shocker.
But yeah, so this guy, I mean, it's very sad because I think he'd been
death is sad.
So talented an actor, so talented, and of course died over the weekend because he couldn't get his addiction under control.
Got a bad batch,
and he got a bad batch. That's exactly right. I do have an update on my friend, Dave, who was vaccinated and came down with COVID, not last Monday, but the Monday before. His name is Dave Guru, and he wasn't feeling well on a Monday. And this is a guy who is a military vet. He was a very good friend of mine. He got married late. He didn't get married till his 50s. And I kind of feel like I set him up with the woman that he eventually got married to, because they came out to all of our singles mingles. These were like big parties that we would throw so people could, meet, hopefully a significant other. And he met this woman at one of our singles mingles, and it didn't last, but nonetheless, Dave was always a good friend of mine, came over for Thanksgiving dinners, came over for Easter, what have you. Never forgot Chloe's birthday. Came down with COVID on a Monday. Didn't feel great on Tuesday, but still went to work. Wednesday, he was down and out and could hardly walk. And unfortunately, Dave never recovered. His organs started failing last week, and he passed away. They unhooked all the machines on Saturday afternoon.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
And
God bless to his family.
Again, here's a guy that had the vaccine. He did everything right. He wore a mask. But he still contracted COVID. And he is no longer with us, unfortunately. So that is the update. I talked to his sister today. I'm not sure when services. They're trying to plan everything. They're trying to bring in people. But here's how crazy social media is. There were people posting things on social media before the family. Some family members had even been notified of his death, which, disturbing. That is a little disturbing. Jose Pio, who is on the We the People podcast network. Is Jose doing the show today or no?
His show from yesterday is been moved to Wednesday at 8:00.
Okay.
So prime time. Jose Pio in prime time. Wednesday.
I like Jose Pio in prime time.
After PCP.
Jose says
Pop Culture Partisans.
My kid,
Austin.
My kid goes to Can you bring that? My kid goes to private school, which costs a third of what our city pays per student.
Absolutely.
He gets a better education. He's learning Chinese and is guaranteed a school bus. It's ineptitude on so many levels for so long. Oh, without a doubt, Jose. I mean, honestly, if any of us were doing a job and we waited till the last minute to try to figure out a busing plan for all the kids in the school district, there might. What are you looking at?
Just waiting till the last minute. I was
waiting. Okay. I didn't know what you were doing.
I was born to do that.
But yeah, I know you're like the king of waiting till the last minute.
I'm Mr. Procrastinator.
But here now you have a whole issue of
maybe they'll pull it together. Let's give them some credit here.
Yeah. Or
what do you think?
Or
will they pull it together?
Ginny says, so sorry for the loss of your friend, Kimberly. I'll keep you and his family in my prayers. I have so many great stories about Dave. And one of them is there's a bar in Greece, and it's kind of weird. It's like right off of West Ridge Road as you turn to go down Mount Reed, and you can get there from the outer road, and it's called My Apartment.
Sure.
And when I first met Dave, a bunch of us were at a bar, and he looks at me and he says, hey, why don't we go back to my apartment? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And he says, the bar, my apartment. And he always told that same joke. And I always had the same response. I would just always laugh. And he would say that to all the girls that he would meet. And Dave had a handshake. Dave was famous for his handshake. And I mean, it would lift you off the floor. I mean, it was
he used one of those buzzers?
No. He just had a really strong handshake. But again, Dave was in his 60s and passed. And in good shape too. I never knew a sick Dave. Dave had never been sick a day in his life, I don't think.
Well, they're starting to find out with the virus, it attacks certain inflammation that you have certain weaknesses that your body has. You don't even know.
Is that what's
They're
happening?
starting to do research on this as to what the comorbidities are and who's most at risk, because you don't even know you have these things, and you get COVID
Until
it attacks certain parts of your body that are weak.
The Chinese came up with a really good virus to release, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, I'm just saying, the Chinese came up with a really good virus to release unexpectedly. I mean, it's a great way.
So probably Dave had something he wasn't even aware of. That
I do know that he went into cardiac arrest twice while he was hospitalized, and he had the ventilator, and he had the whole thing. And I felt weird even talking about or mentioning his name before when he was battling, because I felt like it was his family's privacy. It was his privacy. We were praying that he would recover. And, he just didn't. He just was. And he is a big, strong guy. John H. says it's all about gut health.
Chicken nuggets, John. It's all about chicken nuggets.
I say drink more booze.
Booze and chicken nuggets. You'll live to 100.
Not Light Pole Dave. This is Dave Grew. Not Light. I don't even know what happened to Light Pole Dave. He was a guy that everyone loved to hate when he used to call into the radio show. When Light Pole Dave got on, everyone went, "Oh no, what's he going to say next?" Not this guy. But Light Pole Dave was always a very smart guy. No, not Light Pole. I don't know what happened to Light Pole Dave. Light Pole Dave is kind of like that one guy that causes trouble online that got everyone yelled at over the weekend or last week. With John Patrick O'Brien.
Oh yeah. What a shit show that is.
Well, I mean,
whose idea was it to have a group page?
Yours.
I know.
As a matter of fact.
What a shit show.
And so, I know that they're saying that there's a new variant.
Oh yeah, I was going to get to that. Okay, good. We can cross it off my list.
We'll get to it.
The Mu variants. What is it?
Yeah, Mu.
Yes. Yeah, that's in my list.
Yeah. The Mu variant, MU in the Greek alphabet. So we have the Delta. Now we have the Mu. And I don't know. Light Pole Dave is still calling in. Light Pole Dave's a freaking traitor. Tell him I said so next time he calls.
So is this like an episode of Kimberly and Beck? Where are they now?
It's Light Pole Dave. I don't know. But yeah, so the Mu variant apparently
I gotta put my glasses on.
Reared its ugly head in 49 states. And here's what we're looking at here in Monroe County: a loss of a third of the county's healthcare workers. But I do believe that Adam Bello, the county commissioner, says, you know what? We're okay here in Monroe County. We can lose a third of our healthcare workers. It won't be a problem. Okay, crazy. And that's because September 27th, that's the date that you have in Monroe County for some of these healthcare workers to come into compliance with the vaccine mandate. If you are non-compliant with the vaccine mandate and you are a healthcare worker in Monroe County for Rochester Regional Health, you will no longer have a job on September 27th. So they figure about a third of the county's healthcare workers are non-compliant and don't plan to come into compliance. But apparently county leaders think,
we don't need those people, do we?
You don't need those healthcare workers.
Nah.
The healthcare workers are already under the gun and working,
Well, they're not just
crazy.
Healthcare workers too. They're sanitary workers. They're,
right.
Shelf stockers. They're,
Let me ask you,
admin staff.
Let me ask the patriots that are listening to us right now, the We the People Podcast Network. What would happen if a third of your employees where you work just disappeared? Let me tell you what would happen. Rochester City School District is dealing with that right now.
Nobody be able to get to work?
Nobody can, there's 584 kids who don't have rides to school. What do you think is going to happen when a third of the county's healthcare workers just don't show up for work? All hell is going to break loose.
Sure will.
It is going to be freaking ugly if they don't figure out a way to fix that or get rid of the mandate. That's all I'm going to think.
It's going to be a lot of lawsuits coming up when somebody dies because they didn't have the proper attention. There'll be a lot of lawsuits.
You think
so? Get in line.
Patty says you think the forced vaccination and forced resignation is a way to cut the budget without looking like the bad guys or just letting them go. So, maybe she's saying,
yeah, it's all about the dollar.
They have an agenda, maybe an agenda that we're really not looking at. But I don't think they're looking at the giant picture. What in the world is going to happen when a third of the workforce of the healthcare industry goes away? That's all I'm asking.
Care is going to go down. People aren't going to get the care that they need, and people are going to die. And when that happens, there's going to be some lawsuits that are going to be, mismanaged. It's as far as the healthcare being mismanaged.
So the variant Mu, I don't even know anything about. It to me, they're all the same, right?
Well, there are
Delta
difference.
Variant, the Mu
there was
variant,
the Eta, and the Iota, the Kappa, and the Lambda.
How did I miss all those?
Those are all variants,
That
just
is
like
not
the Mu.
true.
Yes, it is.
That is not true.
They have not been classified as VOIs, variants. They are variants of interest. They're different variants that haven't blossomed, so to speak, like the Delta did.
Really?
So there are these variants.
I dated a Delta once.
A Delta Nu?
Yeah. No, what was it? No.
That would be would be a sorority. So anyways, this Mu that's on the monitor list now, just like Iota and Kappa and Lambda and Eta, it might be more transmittable than Delta. It might be more severe, and it might have a greater vaccine, immune response. It might have a problem.
Listen, and I'm just going to say this: get the vaccine if it makes you feel. I just don't believe that the vaccine is going to be able to cover all these. No. And how many of us are going to stand in line to get
every 5 months?
Every 5 months to get a vaccination.
Boosters.
It's craziness.
Boosters.
Yeah. I just, it's a way just to pump more stuff into your body that you have no idea and is not FDA approved. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not. I got all the vaccinations that I was supposed to as a kid. I took my daughter. She has all the vaccinations she's ever needed because I realize vaccinations are important. We just have to stop and look and say, what in the world is really going on here? And is it ever going to end? I mean, we've been dealing with viruses for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But now, all of a sudden, kids aren't going to school. Our workforce is decimated. We're wearing masks.
And we're getting rid of them. We're voluntarily getting rid of our workforce.
And the other thing is there's this kid and he goes to Rutgers. He's a Rutgers school student. Did you see this story?
Let me finish the last thing real quick.
About
Israel, where 90% of the people are vaccinated, now they're saying that they're going back to zero. And unless you get your third shot or your booster,
come on,
you're not even considered vaccinated anymore. 90% are vaccinated, but now they got to have the third shot to be considered vaccinated. So you go back to being non-vaccinated. So that's what's going to happen. Israel's ahead of us. So that's what's going to happen here. Is that everybody that's been vaccinated, you're going to go back to being non-vaccinated once you need to get a booster. So Austin, you're either getting a booster or you're non-vaccinated.
Oh, geez.
So will you get the booster?
He's waffling.
Not unless I need to.
No. Okay. All right. Well, me, I am unvaccinated and, proud of it. So I will not be getting any kind of booster. Again, I told you the only 3 people that I've ever known to get COVID were vaccinated and they died. So I'm not exactly lining up in that line. We have enough, going against us to begin with.
I guess you hedge your bets, whatever you think. And I guess, you do what you think personally is right. The hard part is that you can do what you think is right for yourself, but other people are forcing you to make these decisions,
which is not right.
And that's the part that bothers me.
Right.
Do whatever you want to do.
That we used to have a free
you shouldn't
country.
be forcing people to do something.
Medically.
Right.
Medically, you shouldn't be forcing.
I mean, people. I get it.
I mean, can you medically tell someone who's morbidly obese, hey, you've got to work out every single day with John H. and he's going to kick your ass and you're going to sweat and you're going to hurt and you're probably going to puke in a bucket. But you're going to do that because you're morbidly obese. And by the way, stay away from McDonald's and they're broken shake machines, and they're which I've got a story about.
Yes,
But
I saw that
and
too.
stay away from the Big Macs and the Chicky Nugs. Stay away from all that stuff.
Chicken nuggets is a success for long life.
Can they tell you that if you're morbidly obese? Can they come to your house and say, hey, you, 3-packer a day, Pall Mall and Marlboro smoker, you're going to stop smoking or you're not going to be able to go out amongst other people?
Yeah. Why not? It's the same thing, isn't it? It's your health and how you transmit your health.
Hey guys, it's just a way to control and track everything. Yeah, which is kind of scary. So there's a kid, goes to Rutgers. He lives in New Jersey, and he is barred from taking classes because he is not vaccinated.
But that's not the kicker, is it?
But that's not the kicker, just Tom and Austin. It is not, because Austin's going to school right now. Are you taking remote classes or are you in person?
All the lectures are remote, but the classes I'm taking have a lab portion, which is
a lab portion
in school.
Well, this kid is taking classes and is not vaccinated. Only he's studying virtually from home. And they say, oh, sorry, you can't even take the virtual classes. His name is Logan Haller. He's 22 years old. He ignored the school's COVID mandate because all of his classes, every single one of them, were remote. There he is. There's the Rutgers kid. He was locked out of Rutgers email and all the related accounts when he went online to pay his tuition. And he was told, you need to get vaccinated even though your classes are remote. How stupid is that?
Yeah, that's that.
He's not even on the campus, and they're telling him he has to be vaccinated for classes that are remote only. Remote only classes.
Right? Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
Right?
Don't be stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he'll end up getting 100,000 Twitter followers out of this. So
that's the epitome of stupid. He has now been forced to miss classes at Rutgers that started September 1st, and he warned it could be weeks before a decision is reached on his exemption. What freaking exemption? The kid's not even stepping foot on campus. What could possibly be the issue here? What could possibly be the issue?
I guess they're the moral police.
But it doesn't even make sense.
No.
He's not leaving his house to go out. He's unvaccinated, but he's not going to in-person classes at Rutgers because all of his classes are online from that little living room that he sits in New Jersey.
Well, but what if he decided to go to the library? Or what if he decided to drive down the campus hall? Or what if he decided to go to the football game or any other place on campus? Then they can't monitor him, right? So
I mean, I don't know.
So just because he's taking classes online doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to camp. What if there's a frat party he's going to go to? You know?
It doesn't say he's a member of the Mu or the Delta or the Lambda Chi Omegas. I mean, I don't know.
But I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe that's their reasoning, is that, he is a member of the student body, so he would be going anywhere on campus, even though he's at home.
No, this is just the stupid that we're living with.
Oh, yeah.
That
absolutely.
and the fact that toddlers and little kids in school are only going to know the mask. They are not going to know facial expressions.
I've been saying that for months.
I mean, it's a very sad situation that we're in. All right, you know what ends today? Your money. If you've been sitting back collecting unemployment from the feds and from the state, 3 million people are going to lose that extra $300 a week in benefits provided by the federal government. I do believe that whatever you're getting from the state probably ends, I think, September 5th. This is the last week that you can file for unemployment, statewide and federal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do believe. So let me just give you
our stupid government in New York State, I think they're going to make up for it, right? Aren't they going to kick in now?
I have no idea.
I think that's what I heard.
I don't know how. So you can still get state unemployment?
Well, they'll just pay the difference somehow. I don't know how it works. I've never been on unemployment in my life.
The U.S. government has spent $680 billion on unemployment benefits since last March.
Where's that got us?
The second highest amount among COVID stimulus programs, behind only the Paycheck Protection Program, $835 billion.
I got some of that.
That's a whole lot of money.
Mhm.
That is a whole lot of money. So in March 2020, as the U.S. was shedding 1 million jobs per day, that's when Congress authorized the $600 a week on top of what the state was already paying you. And now, what you gonna do? Because they say that workers still aren't going to come back, that many people have just decided that they're going to figure out a way not to go to work, or they're retiring, or what.
I've got a story in the stack about that too.
Tell me.
Okay, I gotta take my. Hang on.
You got to
I
take
can't-
your
I just
headphones
can't-
off?
I just can't see.
Oh,
You want to smell any horse poo?
no.
Oh, yeah, it smells just like horse poo.
I don't know why guys smoke
Yeah,
cigars.
they're
I
disgusting.
don't understand that.
Wait, okay. Generation Z. Do we know who they are, right? Austin, we're
Austin.
Generation Z.
Austin's generation
No,
Z.
No,
what?
Austin's
I'm
a
a
millennial.
millennial.
Oh, you're a
I'm a
millennial?
So,
millennial.
you
My
remember-
So
brother
what is
Gen Z.
Z?
Do you remember? Z is like teenagers now to
Okay.
early 20s.
So
so
my
they're-
daughter, who is
yes.
23.
She's a
Wait,
Z.
Austin, how old are you?
I'm 28.
You're 28. So is my daughter a Z?
I think
She's
she is.
close. I
Is
feel
she?
like I heard somewhere the cutoff was if you could remember 9/11, you're a millennial. And then if you can't remember 9/11 or you were born after 9/11, then you're Gen Z.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, anyways, remember when we thought like way back 6 months ago? Remember, like way back,
way back,
way back,
eons ago.
that millennials were the snowflakes. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay, no, not anymore.
Okay.
Millennials are like proven hardcore workers now. Now the problem is these Gen Z people. They're the real snowflakes now. They did a study of 5,500 workers. 59% of them said that they were not satisfied with their current job. 62% of them said they didn't like the pressure about having to work late or work after hours.
Yeah, I don't
And
either.
56% of them were not satisfied with their work balance.
What is
They called it
Generation
work
Z?
balance.
Work balance?
Work balance. In other words, their work balance with their life and with what they're doing, and none of them. So this is the group, this Generation Z, the younger people are the group that are just leaving their jobs. They're not working. They're just saying, nope, we're not going to work.
And so now you
and-
have all the job shortages
Yep.
because, well, one, they were
Because your
paying you so well.
16-year-olds to your 25-year-olds are just deciding they're not going to work.
So there's a guy who hasn't been getting rent.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've heard those stories,
Yes.
right? There's a guy who hasn't been getting rent, and he tells a little story. And I think I have the video. Austin, can we play that?
So here's a prime example of what I'm talking about. This tenant right here has lived in my apartment for 12 months without paying a dime. Him and his wife and his 2 children. He said he was out of work and that's why he couldn't pay his rent. So guess what we did? We offered him a job. He's a cabinet maker. We said, come work for us in my construction company. Even if you want to do maintenance, we offered him a job. He turned it down 3 times in writing. Yet he still gets to stay there and not pay rent because of the moratorium. His wife is collecting unemployment, plus the bonus of $300 a week, which is $1,200 a month, which, by the way, his rent is only $1,000 a month. And they refuse. She turned down a job 3 times. We offered her an office job, something that's unskilled labor, to give them an opportunity to work and better themselves. And they've chosen to turn it down and waive the moratorium at us. And of course, as you're all well aware, the moratorium has been extended into October, and they still get to live for free,
Yeah.
setting a terrible example for their kids, refusing to work. Who does that? Setting an example, I don't want to work. I want to collect unemployment. I don't want to pay my rent.
Yeah.
That's what we're training people to do now these days. Yet you folks don't understand why I get upset. 12 months, do the math, $12,000, has not had to pay a dime because of the moratorium. He will owe it later. Of course, we can go after all the unpaid rent, but unfortunately,
Not to sue him for
you can't
that.
get blood out of a stone.
Mhm.
But this is the shame of it all right here.
Why should the guy go to work? Why should he go to work for his landlord at the construction business making cabinets when he can sit on his ass and play Minecraft all day? Why? Honestly, why? Why
well,
should
this
he?
is the whole plan of the
Why?
Socialist Party.
They want
The
why?
Democrat Socialists. They want to discourage people from working.
Yes.
Stay home. We'll pay you to stay home.
And then we'll then control you
right.
in everything you do.
This is all part of their plan.
And if we want to, for some reason, punish you, then we will take that money away and you'll be beholden to us. You won't be free anymore. You won't be free if you're taking a handout from the government. You're not free.
Right.
You are absolutely not free if you're taking a handout from the government instead of getting out and working for a living. You will always be under the thumb of someone else if they're constantly giving you money every single week. And why should this guy go to work? He's getting in money coming in every week. He and his wife are sitting around doing nothing.
Where's he going to get the $12,000 to pay him when it's over?
Oh, yeah, by the way, that landlord and all the landlords out there, you will never get your money from these people.
Nope.
You're never going to get the money. Are you going to spend the time and effort in small claims court to try to get the money from these people? They don't care. They're not worried about their credit score. They're not worried about the next apartment that they lease down the line, because they're not going to put you down as, a person that you can call and say, hey, a reference, right? They're not going to put their last apartment landlord down as a reference.
That's a good point. How are these people? Well, the government will just have to get rid of the whole reference process. In other words, everybody.
Well, it's discriminatory, Tom. How dare you ask for a reference?
Because of COVID,
right?
Because of COVID, everybody's just going to go back to zero, and it doesn't matter where you live before. You have to trust everybody.
My cupcake, Chris, and I've known this for a while. My tenant is working and not paying the rent. She is 7 months behind. I've known that for a while. Universal income. That's right, Vicky.
Yeah, that's where it's going.
Universal income.
One other story in the stack on real estate before we move forward. The shock is coming to the real estate market. I've been talking about this in general, that whatever this bubble is, it may not burst, but it's going to, start to descend.
The fact that where we have like 40 offers on one house that's for sale,
right.
And the house goes like 50,000 over the asking.
Right.
Is that the bubble that's got?
Yes.
I don't see it though.
Guess what's going to happen,
Tom? I don't see it.
Guess what's going to happen?
I don't see it.
Guess what's going to happen on September 30th?
I don't know.
And why do they call it the Biden-Harris administration? They never called it the Trump-Pence administration, did they?
I have no idea.
Well, anyways, the Biden-Harris administration has no plans to extend the mortgage forbearance program, which means everybody that's not been paying their mortgage is going to get foreclosed on.
Really?
So where are all these houses going to go? They're all going to go on the market.
Oh boy. I will sell your house for you.
It's going to take a couple years.
Yeah.
Just like with the evictions, Mr. Hummel's here, but just like with the eviction people, that even you still have to evict them, and there is time. It takes months, even when this rules are up, so to speak. They're still going to have to be able to be evicted.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to leave, right? You got to get rid of them. The same thing is true.
It takes years to foreclose.
That's the point. It's going to take months to get the bank process back going. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of houses that are in this country that are in foreclosure that they can't do anything on. So there's going to be a big shock to the market probably this winter.
Gloria says, for us in Russian communism, I don't exactly know what she's saying. Oh, she's quoting someone. All right.
Well, hang on. Chad, what is the average time frame on an eviction that it takes?
Was he wanting to be on the air? I don't know.
What is an average time frame that it takes to evict somebody? Once they,
I only came up here because I posted a couple comments and nobody responded to that.
I can't.
so
just because they were vulgar doesn't mean you guys can't respond.
Please answer that question.
What was the question?
What is the average time frame once somebody has the process that they're going to be evicted, that they have to file and hearings and whatever else takes place?
An eviction?
Yeah.
In a normal cycle, you're looking at least 60 days in a normal cycle. But now they keep changing the laws and the rules on it. Now we're talking minimum 90 days.
So 3 months.
So the tenant's out 3 months, or the landlord's out 3
Another
months
3
rent.
months. So
Even
whenever
if they're
this
successful.
ends, you can add another 3 months to it
Oh,
before you actually get rid of them.
Easily.
Someone says that, can you go down one, Austin? Nope, up. My brother had a tenant collecting money from the county, forged my brother's signature for months, claiming a fake amount he was paying. No punishment. Oh yeah, there's no punishment. I mean, there's no punishment at all. I mean, they arrested a guy over the weekend that is responsible for I don't know how many burglaries, and they picked him up around Bay Street on maybe it was Friday, Saturday, I forget which.
Was he walking his kids to school?
He was not. He had a gun. He dropped the gun, and he's out. Why even go to get the guy down on Bay Street if he's responsible for multiple robberies in Gates and Grease? Why send Gates or Grease police over to Bay Street to pick the dude up? Why, if you're going to just let him out again? What's the point? You know,
They wanted to give him a COVID test.
Yeah. You just see that? I knew that would make you mad. The kid at Rutgers, he's taking online courses, and I know it's crazy.
It's absurd.
But I didn't see any of.
I
your
heard Tom
comment.
over there rationalizing it.
You never know. He
Hey.
is a member of the student body, right?
We have our priorities though, because the FTC is investigating the McDonald's milkshake catastrophe.
Yes.
Did you know about this?
I
Do
heard
you know
about
this.
this.
That every time you go to McDonald's to get a milkshake,
It's always broken.
either a strawberry one without whipped cream. That's what my mother likes. The strawberry milkshake machine is broken. So we have our priorities in order. The fact that, we're looking at a workforce decline, and that we're looking at, a situation where people aren't getting paid their rent. But no, the Federal Trade Commission is investigating McDonald's milkshake machine debacle. So I personally want to say thank you for having your priorities in order.
I do like me
God.
the Shamrock Shake.
Well, apparently you can't get them because the shake machine is always broken. The FTC contacted McDonald's franchise owners to see what the problem is with the ice cream machines. And of course, the maker of the milkshake machines, Taylor Commercial Food Service, says
Taylor.
operator
500 help.
operator error. It's the old operator error excuse. But I believe that because anytime you go through the drive-through now, it's like people are, I don't
Isn't
want
that just standard operating procedure at a drive-through in America that there's operator error?
that people can't seem to get an order right.
Have you ever gone to a drive-through where they did get the order correct?
I always check my bag
Yes.
to make sure. What, Austin? What?
Well, I don't think there's any operators left.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
That might be the problem.
Exactly.
But now they're saying it's operator error because people don't know how to properly clean the
they don't break
machines.
down the machine properly.
They don't break it down properly so it can be cleaned every night, and they can't put it back together, which I'm like, those freaking people can't even get the French fry order right. How in the world can they break down a milkshake machine and get it to work
Just
correctly?
stop cleaning it, right?
It's
Like the grill. You like the extra sauce, the extra seasoning on the grill, right?
I
Cleaning
think
it?
that makes it good.
Right.
You don't need to clean a milkshake machine, do you? But this is what people are complaining about. That the milkshake machines are broken at McDonald's, and so that's what our
Damn
government
right. Fix the damn milk.
That's what our government is investigating. The FTC is on it, people. Forget about the pharmaceutical companies shoving something on us that we don't want to take, or our employers making us take a shot that we don't want to take. Let's investigate the milkshake problem. It's a situation. We need to get a handle on it. We need to figure out what it is and give me my goddamn shake. Shut up about it.
We love her passion, don't we? For the record, Austin and I are sharing a microphone over here. We're both maskless, but there is a mask on our microphone. So we're good.
It's an air sock. That's what they call them. They call them air socks. Yeah, exactly. All right. That is going to do it for Kimberly's Revolution. Tom is going to be a grandpa. Grandpa
Hopefully.
Tom. It's baby watch.
Grandpa Tom.
We're on baby watch right now. She's in the hospital.
She is.
And then baby Sophia is coming. We could have a baby Sophia by this time tomorrow, Chad.
Crying.
The cigars are downstairs in the
The
drawer,
cigars are
ready
right
to go.
here.
Oh, you got one?
So it smells. Why do they smell like horse poo?
He says they smell like donkey do.
Yeah, cigars kind of stink until you light them up.
Yeah, well, it's a great idea. Put it in your mouth. I know something smells like shit. I'm putting it right in my mouth. I know that. Is that going to get us in trouble?
Why is he rubbing his nose all over?
I
I
don't
don't know. It's
I guess
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Aren't you supposed to hand those out?
is that some kind of weird fetish?
I like smelling horse poo.
Do they call that Clintonized? I'm just asking for a friend.
Right.
You know, that's so. Are you going to be with us tomorrow? Are you in any trouble? We have any letters, and people can't see you, but they can hear you.
Are you going to be with us today?
I was going to say, I think I'll be here with you tomorrow. I'm also going to be here today at 4 p.m.
All right.
on the God Freedom podcast.
Oh, you're going to do a podcast
I'm going to do a podcast today at 4 p.m.
at 4 p.m.
What's the
PM.
topic?
live. We're doing it live.
What's the topic?
Primary topic, I'm going to discuss the vax mandates
Shocker.
for all the local employers.
All right. Well,
Employees, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a
Doctors,
third,
nurses,
a third
teachers.
of the county's healthcare
They're all
workers are non-compliant right now. As of today, a third of the county's healthcare workers are non-compliant. So I don't know what Bella is going to do. I have, how he's going
he's
to.
not going to do anything, just
He's
like all
gonna-
Democrats do.
He's going to figure
Nothing.
that out.
He's going to do nothing.
He's going to put his smock on, grab his stethoscope, and go to work.
He's going to say there's no problem here, nothing to see. We're going to do nothing.
Tomorrow it's 20 years this coming Saturday for September 11th. 20
Yep.
years since we were attacked on our shores in our country by a terrorist organization. 20 years has gone by. Do you remember what you were doing 20 years ago?
I absolutely do. I was actually thinking about that about 30 minutes ago. I have a kind of a neat little story from that day. I'll save it for our podcast on Wednesday.
Okay, very good. That's tomorrow. And just Tom, we hope you have a baby today.
I know. I'm
Not
so
you.
excited.
Team baby, team Tom.
My baby's going to have a baby.
That's exciting.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you. Can I babysit?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks a lot. All right. That is going to do it for Kimberly's Revolution. We hope that you join us tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
We will be here tomorrow at 4 o'clock at the We the People Podcast Network. Austin, thank you. Stellar job as always.
Make
Just
sure
Tom?
you follow the We the People Podcast Network. Follow Kimberly's Revolution. Go to the YouTube channels and subscribe, people. We
That's right.
We need your help.
And don't forget about our September 24th party.
Yes.
That's a Friday. Everyone's invited to come here. There's food and drinks starting at 5 o'clock. We're
5
gonna do-
o'clock.
You
We're
have to
gonna
be
do a pod-
vaccinated, though, correct?
No, you do not have to be vaccinated. And you do not have to wear a mask. So the party
But
is
if
here.
you want to be vaccinated
Whatever.
or if
Shut
you
up.
want to wear a mask,
We
that's
don't
perfectly
discriminate.
fine too.
We'll make fun of you, but we won't discriminate.
Right.
Because that's how we roll.
God bless. Be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.